Good afternoon, Evan Lawson here with First Star Exteriors, doing a hail damage inspection at 25 Basildon Drive in Bella Vista. So we'll get into just overall health of the roof, and then we'll go from there and actually get into some of the hail damage or lack thereof. Overall health of the roof looks to be pretty good. Granule coverage still in place. If I was gonna guess, I'd put this roof in a somewhere between 10 and 15 year range. It does get a lot of tree cover, which keeps the sun from beating it up too bad, and that allows it to have pretty good granule coverage. Like I've talked about before with you, these granules, they're there specifically to protect the fiberglass matting, the asphalt backing of the shingles from the sun. As these things get older and these granules are either knocked away by hailstorms or just by old age, as they start to get away, we start to see sun penetrating down into the fiberglass matting, causes the integrity shingle to get weaker. That's where you start to see them get really brittle. But overall, not in terrible shape, pretty good pliability on the shingles, pretty good granule coverage. Concerning specifically hail damage, there is an active hail date from 2020 in this area of Bella Vista. One thing we start to look at, and just bear with me as I move around here a little bit, one thing we always look at, it's just a telltale sign if we've had hail in the area, is your soft metal surfaces up on the roof. As you can see here, I take a piece of sidewalk chalk and I run it over a flat surface, and it's going to expose any indentations. Tells me that there's been, in some cases, when we get a look there, you know, well over golf ball size hail pelting this area of the roof. The inspection was called out for blistering. He didn't know if it was the difference between blistering and hail damage. He's correct in both aspects. There's a little bit of both. Also, just going back through, you can see here more of these turbines up top. All of them have hail hits on them. So I'm going to go over a little bit of both and try to explain blistering, or not even blistering as much as just brittleness of the shingle. So what we're looking at here, and the light's going to make it a little bit tricky, but because especially on this back side of the house where it gets all this tree cover, it protects the shingles from the sun, but it also causes them to get a little bit hardened in their own light. So we see a lot of these pock marks right here, and these are all throughout. Now those can be caused by hail damage because essentially for the sun not getting on the shingles and allowing them to bend and be pliable, when they are struck by something, it can cause just a chunk of granules to come off. Wind can also do this, leaves, tree branches, anything like that. So very subjective on whether or not an insurance adjuster is going to find this hail damage or not. I've seen it go both ways. There are a couple other spots here that look a little more like classic hail damage. Because of the light, this is going to be harder to tell, but this one right here especially, it has some give to it. I can see some of the granules have been busted away from the shingle by something, and I can see other granules as I get in close have actually been driven down into the shingle. So that to me looks like a hail hit. Same thing there. Got a few more down here just in this area that I inspected. Looks at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Todd, I'll kind of advise you further on this on the phone, but just wanted to give you, this is pretty consistent for what we've seen in the area, and other people have gotten their roof replaced in here due to hail damage. So it's a bit of a owner's discretion piece of it, but overall there definitely is hail damage present on the roof. All right, thank you very much and have a good day.